What's up, YouTube? This is Juggernaut097 bringing you guys another video today. And today I'm going to be doing my TNA Slammiversary XIII review. And it's not for the year of 2013, it's for the year of 2015, but this was the 13th anniversary of Slammiversary. And this show was on Sunday, June 28th. And this did not feel like Slammiversary. It felt like a normal Impact, in my opinion. Like I just don't know. It just didn't feel like Slammiversary to me. It just felt like an Impact. And I mean, there were some good matches on here. Don't get me wrong, but the show wasn't the best. But nonetheless, let's get started with this review. And this could have been the last TNA pay-per-view that ever happened. So this could be my only TNA pay-per-view review. So if it is, then something historic here. So yeah, here we go. Nonetheless, let's get started. So first off, for the first match tonight we had was an X Division Championship match. It's elimination style. This pretty much got thrown on at the last minute of the show. You know, pretty much just got thrown on. But it was a triple threat. We had DJZ versus Manic versus Tigre Uno. You know, this was pretty much like how a normal X Division match is. You know, really high paced action during the whole match. DJZ and Tigre Uno, they took out Manic early on with double drop kicks in the match. And then DJZ, he hit a pretty good Hurricane Rana on Manic and during the match. This match was really high paced, like I said. Tigre did a nice corkscrew over the top rope on both competitors, you know, DJZ and Manic. Manic hit a good backbreaker on he hit a good backbreaker on Tigre Uno. Manic hit like a drop kick when he jumped over the top rope, like turnbuckle, and then he did a drop kick onto DJZ when he was on the outside of the ring. So I like that. That was pretty cool. DJZ did a nice dive on both guys during the match. You know, Manic and Tigre Uno. Manic hit a Tower of Doom during the match. But and then DJZ was going to the top rope to do her Kirana on Manic, and then went for the cover, but went for the cover on Tigre Uno. But then Tigre Uno hit like this corkscrew springboard type of move on DJZ to eliminate DJZ, so DJZ was eliminated. So game came down to Manic and Tigre Uno during the match. Manic, he went for a frog splash, but Tigre Uno got his knees up during this, and then also, yeah, he got his knees up, and then Manic hit a double underhook facebuster. That was really cool. I like when Tigre Uno did this German suplex in the turnbuckle. Ouch, it looked like that actually really hurt during that. And then he hits a turnbuckle, and then goes to the top rope and does that corkscrew springboard to pin Manic. So the winner of the match was Tigre Uno. He retains his title. You know, I wasn't really expecting him to lose here, because you know he just won it on Impact last week, so I really wasn't expecting him to lose at this pay-per-view. So yeah, Manic retains the title. So pretty good, pretty good. And I'm not going to talk about like any of the interviews, because I don't really need to talk about any of the interviews. But yeah. So then the next match we have is Jesse Goddard versus Robbie E. Jesse Goddard went right after Robbie E. Right when Robbie E was making his entrance. Then they brawled outside the ring for a little bit. Robbie E, he was really aggressive during this match. Robbie E just like threw Jesse across the ring, and then Robbie E just pounced on Jesse. Robbie E was just like dropping punches on him. And then he did this. Robbie E hit a dive over the top rope onto Jesse. During the match, Jesse was posing a lot. You know, he was trying to be really cocky during this match. That's what I would say. Jesse Irish whipped Robbie in the steps on the outside. I like the scoop slam that Jesse did to Robbie E. And then Robbie E pretty much had whole control over Robbie from that point. And it was on the floor. The scoop slam was on the floor, so that was pretty good. And this match was it wasn't as fast as the last match, because it's kind of like a little slower type of match. So, Jesse hit a nice drop kick then, and then Jesse is like I said, he was very cocky, but Jesse targeted Robbie E's back, and he did like a lot of bear hugs on him. And Robbie E hit a nice throwing punch. They were throwing a lot of punches with each other, and then they both did a double clothesline to each other during the match. Then they both were down. But the winner of the match was Robbie E. He wins by an inverted DDT. So yeah, I didn't really expect him to win by inverted DDT. Like the ending came out from like nowhere, kind of in my opinion. But yeah, and then the next match we had was Bram versus Matt Morgan. And when Matt Morgan came out, he pretty much told Bram, these fans don't want to see a match, they want to see a fight. So they said, I'm offering to do a street fight here. So Bram agreed to the street fight, so now it was a street fight. Matt Morgan hit a nice clothesline. Morgan hit a leg drop off the apron. Bram went under the ring and he brought out he brought out that turnbuckle he's been bringing out, and he did it. He hit, Bram hit him in the lower midsection area, and then Bram brought some trash cans. He brought some cookie sheets out and hit him over the head with Matt Morgan. Um, there was a pretty cool spot during the match where Bram had this. He had the trash can in his hands, and Matt Morgan hit a bicycle kick on Bram during the match. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't the biggest fan of this match because like two big guys. I don't really like see two big guys go at it anymore, really, in my opinion. But I thought this was all right for what it was. I mean, this wasn't the best. I like when um, Matt Morgan he did a choke slam onto the chairs. That was pretty cool. There was a really funny part during the match where Bram was under the ring and he couldn't find anything. So he had to go to the air side of the ring to go get the chairs. I thought that was really funny. But the winner of the match was Bram. He wins by the broadside suffering when he does a low blow and he onto the steel chair hits the broadside suffering on the steel chair. So the winner of the match was Bram, like I said. So yeah, wasn't the best match, but two big guys, like you would expect that. Not best matches. But then we got a really good match here. We got Austin Aries versus Davey Richards. And the winner picks match 5, the Wolves versus the Dirty Heels. And during the match, my picture kept freezing. So I kind of took away from the match. I thought the match was really good, but it kind of took away from the match a little bit, in my opinion. Austin Aries, he tried to keep the pace slow when he wanted to have this slow. He got outside the ring a lot. Then he got back into the ring, and then they did a lot of chain grapples during this match. Richards, they both tried to do like one-upsmanship on each other. There was one point where David Richards hit a kick off the he hit a drop kick off the top rope, and then Austin Aries did the drop kick off the top rope. So I thought that was pretty cool. They tried to do one-upsmanship, like I said. I like, and they both did their suicide dives during this match. Really high-paced match. You expect out of both of these guys. So this match was very fun, but like I said, kind of took away from this match. Davey Richards hit like a drop kick off the top rope, like I said. Davey Richards hit a kick and then he to the head and then into like a German suplex. I thought that was pretty cool. Aries hit his own suicide dives during this match. Davey hit a double foot stomp. Then Bobby Roode came out to the ring, and he tried to pretty much distract Davey Richards. But then Eddie Edwards came out to even the odds. But then Austin Aries rolled up Davey Richards for the 1-2-3. So Austin Aries is picking match 5 in the best of 5 series. So they're going to be having that bell to bell, and Austin Aries goes like, it's fun when a plan comes together, and he pretty much says that, I'm gonna give what the fans been wanting. We're gonna have a bra and panties match. And he was like, no, more serious side. We're gonna have a 30-minute Iron Man match. So they're gonna be having an Iron Man match at bell to bell. So that match is gonna be fun. But of course, we already heard some speculations about Austin Aries leaving TNA, which that is actually true. He actually did leave TNA. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, but the winner of the match, like I said, was Austin Aries. And then next we had a handicap match: the Dollhouse versus Brooke and Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong, Awesome Kong, she did this nice splash into the corner of all the Dollhouse, and then during when um, Jade and Marty Bell they were kind of on top of each other because Marty Bell landed on top of Jade, and they did a splash on Kong did a splash on them. I thought she killed him at first during that part. Um, Kong did a he she did a cross body onto I think it was Marty Bell. I can't remember who it was. It was Marty Bell or Jade. She did a cross body on one of them, and it looked like she killed him. Like I thought she was dead. Please don't die. Please don't. I actually thought she was dead during that point during that match right there. But the Dollhouse did a lot of cheating during this match. Tammy Terrell was very afraid to get in the ring with Kong and Brooke. Um, but they pretty much try to cheat and try to cheat during this whole match. I like Brooke when she did this. She did this double clothesline off the top rope on the Jade and Marty Bell during this. But the winners of the match were Awesome Kong and Brooke. She does Brooke does a butterface something. It was pretty much a face buster. I can't remember what the finish was called. But it's a butterface something. That's all I remember what it's called. But yeah, Brooke and Kong won. So yeah, I actually like this. This was very good. And then next we have an unsanctioned match: James Storm versus Magnus. But before this, Magnus, I'm gonna briefly talk about this. Magnus, he got interviewed. Pretty much said, it's no, thing. It's no it's not dumb. It's. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he goes like, what? He goes like, pretty much he's leaving TNA, and same with James Storm. He's gonna go out with a bang, pretty much, and he doesn't really care about hating James Storm. So yeah, but yeah, unsanctioned match: James Storm versus Magnus. Magnus and Storm, they started brawling outside the ring, and then Magnus, he got water and smashed it over the head of James Storm. During this, they fought in the crowd for a little bit. Um, During the match, J- not James Storm, Magnus, he tried to powerbomb him through a table in the crowd, but Storm does a back body drop through a table, and all the food goes flying everywhere. I thought that was pretty funny when that happened. And then they fight, back in the electrician area, back where the lights are, and the lights go out because they knock something over backstage. And they just did a lot of stuff during this match. They brought a lot of tables out. There's one point where James Storm was on a table, and Magnus was jumping on him, onto the outside, but Magnus puts himself through the table. It's like a WWE 2K15 spot, like during that. So that's what, because like a lot of people would move like out of the way. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like when um, Magnus hit a powerbomb through the table. That was pretty cool. During the match, James Storm, he brought out beers during this match. I thought that was funny. That was pretty cool. He smashed over the head of Magnus. Um, he hit like two last calls, and then Magnus still kicks out. He just kept kicking out of his moves. But and then he went to go get a cowbell, and then he hit another last call. But the ending comes when they both hit each other with a beer bottle. But James Storm, he lands on Magnus for the 1, 2, 3. So the winner of the match was James Storm, and they kind of showed respect to each other, after the match, because pretty much this is pretty much their last match in TNA, because they're going to be leaving soon, which yeah, that was their last matches in TNA. But I also like this Aeros part where they had these two chairs, and they had this barricade, and they did Magnus did like a superplex off the top rope into that barricade, and then broke the barricade. So that really looked like that hurt. So yeah, James Storm wins. Good match, probably one of the best matches of the night. So yeah. And after that, they had some audio issues, and it was showing them cleaning up their ring, and they kept talking about, why they were having those audio issues, because it was the last match, because when they did something, to the lights, you know, with electrician area. I can guess that. Yeah, so. Yeah. And then, next we have is. Give me a second. I'm going to move these papers out of the way. Then next we have is a tag team match, EC3 and Tyrus versus Mr. Anderson and Lashley. This match was complete shit. I hated this match. I really did not like this match. I didn't really care for it. I didn't really take much notes for it. Pretty much EC3 and Tyrus win by when EC3 does the 1%er. I don't remember who he did it on because I wasn't really paying attention. So really pointless match. I did not care for this. Didn't care for this at all. But now we're moving on to the main event. We got the King of the Mountain match. It's for the King of the Mountain title. They made a title for this. It was Drew Galloway's versus Eric Young versus Matt Hardy versus Bobby Roode versus Jeff Jarrett. And they pretty much everyone spelled it to the floor except Jeff Jarrett. They were fighting, and Jeff Jarrett pretty much was the guy. He's the outside looking in, which no pun intended. He was actually the out guy because he hasn't been in TNA, you know, because he has his own company GFW. But EY, you know, during the match he made like a bridge with a ladder during this match. But the first guy who became eligible was Bobby Roode. He rolled up Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett had to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. And then when, Hardy hit a side effect, and then Roode, during the match, Roode hit a nice spine buster on Drew Galloway. EY attacked Jeff Jarrett right when he got out of the cage and did a DDT on Jeff Jarrett, and then Jeff Jarrett got pinned again, so he had to go back to the cage for another 2 minutes. So he was back in the cage for another 2 minutes, and then Jeff Jarrett goes back into the cage. There's another cool spot during the match where Drew Galloway did a future shock on Matt Hardy on the ladder, but he about got the pin, but he didn't because Bobby Roode broke that up, and then he broke that up. But Matt Hardy and Drew Galloway became eligible when Matt Hardy, he did a twist of fate on, I think he did it on Bobby Roode, and then Drew Galloway rolled up EY, so both those guys went to the cage for 2 minutes. And then, so they were kind of, Bobby Roode and EY, they were kind of, you know, talking, you know, strategizing together because they used to be a part of Team Canada back in when they were the original TNA, you know, back before. Yeah, back when it was original TNA. So they kind of strategized together. So they go to the box for 2 minutes. Jeff Jarrett, you know, he had a stroke on Drew Galloway. Then we saw Roode and EY work together, like I said, Team Canada, but did not last very long because did not last very long. Jeff Jarrett, he hit a Tower of Doom, but Matt Hardy and Drew Galloway to get pinned, and still Jeff Jarrett hasn't got a pin yet. He still hasn't got a pin during this yet. And so they go to the Matt Hardy and Drew Galloway. They go to the penalty box for 2 minutes, and EY grabs the guitar, but Jeff Jarrett low blows him and then smashes the guitar over Bobby Roode's head. And finally, Jeff Jarrett finally gets a pin. So finally, he's not eligible. So Roode goes to the penalty box, and then there was a pretty cool spot in the match where Eric Young hit a pile driver onto that ladder with a bridge onto Jeff Jarrett. Ouch, it looked like it hurt. Man, Phil, I had pain during that match. Like, when that happened, I go like, please do not do that again. You about killed Jeff Jarrett. But Drew Galloway, he did a senton off of the cage onto everybody. Jeff Jarrett, he hits a stroke off of the ladder onto EY, and then Jeff Jarrett finally climbs up to the top, climbs up on the top and, you know, hooks the title belt up there. So he is the King of the Mountain champion. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited to see what they do with this. You know, is it going to be like an invasion type of thing? You know, I've been hearing there might be an invasion with TNA and Global Force. So who knows if that's going to be happening? You know, who knows if there's going to be a merger? We don't know yet. And bell to bell this Wednesday. So pretty looking excited to that. And it kind of looks like Bell to Bell is more looking like Slammiversary than Slammiversary looked like Slammiversary, if that makes any sense to you guys. But yeah, this was my Slammiversary 2015 review. Like I said, it wasn't the best show, but there were some pretty good matches on here. So I mean, I wish they had like a world title match on here, like, and I wish they would have had the tag team matches on there because the tag team series would have ended. So yeah, pretty much. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at @TheTrueJSB, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if this is your first time ever checking out one of my videos. And Juggernaut saying, peace out. I guess I'll catch you guys in my next video. So peace out, guys. Catch you guys in my next video.